Well, is anything really real anymore? Or is it all just freaking fake? I mean, really, what I'm about to show you today is an interview conducted on Fox News. But basically, the guy looks like he's wearing a freaking mask, and a pretty dang good one, except for one little blip. I mean, all of us have heard about, people in high positions, presidencies, if you will, having body doubles to stand in for them. This is something that I believe they do as part of a security effort. But now we've got men wearing masks. And it really puts a new light on reality, right? Like, why is he being interviewed with a mask on? Why is everybody seeing it? And ultimately, you guys get to decide whether or not you think he's wearing a mask. But there's this big freaking gaping hole at the bottom I just can't ignore. You can call it a shadow. Maybe it's a shadow. Who knows? But I am freaking weirded out. Ergo, this video that I'm posting for you guys. And ultimately, you're going to decide because I think it's weird. So short video today, but let's dive into this because you guys got to see it for yourselves, right? Take a look at this. Here is the interview on Fox News. And I want you to pay attention to his neck area right here, right? That area right there as we play, because that is the area that we're going to kind of hone in on. But take a watch.
The general is exactly right about the point he makes. And also, Iran has a vote in this as well. They've reconfigured a number of things, I am certain. What do you think the next best move is today?
Watch it. Watch it move.
I agree with the general completely, with one caveat. Patience may be a little short of the real objective here. The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows that the policy he set with the blockade has had short-term and long-term effects on the regime and the people of Iran. So he's been very astute in leveraging that time. And so I don't see it as negotiations. It really is capitulation. The president's made it very clear. You will not have a nuclear weapon. You will not have the material. Surrender that. And you will ensure that the Straits of Hormuz are open to free commerce.
Okay, there you go. I wanted to play a little bit of a clip of that because if it really is a mask, right? And you can see that picture. I mean, that's just freaking creepy, right? In fact, there's a picture here that MJ Truth Ultra kind of throws up there. Here's the one that's closest to my head. That's him. That's the actual picture. And the one on the right is the one there in Fox News. And MJ Truth Ultra, not too familiar with the channel, by the way, but they say, consider me freaked out. I am now 117% convinced aliens or the CIA have taken over all communications and they talk to us through these masks and suits. And you can see it up close and personal there. I mean, really, look at that. That's just freaky and weird. Maybe it's just a shadow and a weird trick, which is ultimately what they're going to claim in the end. But I can't help but shake this feeling. Maybe they really have taken over all of our communications. Maybe that's why this big drop for UFOs is about to be underway. And some may say, well, hey, maybe he went on air to pretend to be that guy, hypothetically saying this. That's not necessarily the case because of what was said. And in all honesty, what was said on that clip had no relevancy, really. It was just talking about how Donald Trump's making the right moves when it comes to Iran. That's it. Nothing crazy. So maybe they put him up there as a test, as a trial to see what people would do and say and think, or maybe it was just a big accident. But who is Robert? Well, if you're not familiar, here's Wikipedia. Robert Stiles Howard. He is a retired U.S. Navy SEAL and former deputy commander of the United States Central Command under the leadership of General James Mattis. After working as a chief executive at Lockheed Martin's Middle East Business Division for 8 years, he joined Shield AI as executive VP for international business and strategy, as deputy commander of U.S. Joint Forces Command and Command Combined Joint Interagency Task Force 435. So a lot of people. In fact, he was even offered a job, by the way, under the first Trump administration. NBC News, Robert Howard turns down offer to become President Trump's national security advisor, he actually spent 40 years in the Navy and was on George W. Bush National Security Council, but he turned it down in President Trump's first term for that position. So interesting to say the least. Obviously, there's a lot of people questioning the mask thing all over social media. If you go to X and you plug in his name, there's a lot on there, lots of conspiracies and stuff. But these masks do indeed exist. Let me actually prove that to you. Let me show you this clip here. Take a watch. Shadow of Ezra posted this on their site. Take a watch of this.
At the University of York in England. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be talking to Rob, but you look like Walter White.
Yeah, I'm in here somewhere, but, I'm getting too old for this kind of thing.
Look at this.
So you can see here. Mask.
Come on.
Here we go.
Wow. Wow. Is that what they have done? I mean, really? And I wonder how many people this has been done with. I mean, how easy would it be to make somebody's mask, go live on air and do something like that? Then there's things like this that is happening. This is AI capabilities now, and this is terrifying. Take a watch of this clip. Watch here.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being?
That's creepy, to say the least. You've got the guy on the bottom pretending to be, Morgan Freeman, and he's talking. When all these kind of things start surfacing, it really makes you ask the question, is it all just fake? I mean, the mainstream media has been fake for a really long time. All they do is push propaganda. But how much is mask wear? How much of it is mask wearing or some kind of AI? I know AI is more recently, on the table, but who knows how long it's been there for those at the top. I mean, there were a lot of rumors going around about Joe Biden in a mask. In fact, in the e-files over here, he sends out a message in an email saying, oh, Biden was replaced. He is in a mask. If you pause this, you can kind of see that. And there was a lot of stuff and chatter on the internet regarding Biden when he was in his presidency, one having a body double, two, whether or not it was even him, right? So anyway, lots of things regarding all of that. I guess bottom line, I can't wait to hear your comments on the whole thing. By the way, if you really want to stay in the tune, make sure you check my channel every day, because I post daily and they're not sending out the notifications. And I really hate that. I hate that they're doing stuff like that. But I do got another channel I want to encourage you guys to check out, Lisa Report. Please sub there. And most of all, get to Restricted Republic. This is where we share personal information. We get down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to be sharing a huge report there today, an exclusive article. You're not going to want to miss it. Use the coupon code Lisa and the number 5 to get it for $5 per month. I really hope to see you at restrictedrepublic.com. Anyhow, with all of that, I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.